you here for volunteer orientation? Excellent. So, go to the stairs, go up the stairs, go down the hallway, last door on your left. Hey, here for orientation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, would you go up the stairs, down the hall, last door on your left. Education Center.
Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome back to the Peacemakers podcast.
And I'm Geoff. Today we're in Denver, Colorado, where the Zen Center of Denver has been turning practice into action. The Zen Center of Denver is one of over 60 affiliate groups of the Zen Peacemakers, involved in actions related to climate, prison outreach, hospice, and other work.
A few weeks ago, I spent the day with the Zen Center of Denver at Metro Caring Food Bank.
You first met them out in the parking lot, didn't you?
Yes, before the shift begins, they gather in a council circle, a simple way to connect and settle in. After that, we went to the facility for orientation and work assignments, whether that meant sorting food in the warehouse, stocking shelves, or welcoming neighbors at the front of house.
That day, you met with David Gibson, who has decades of experience leading big projects in industry and community development. Now, he helps coordinate the Zen Center's volunteer work at Metro Caring, organizing crews, writing grants, and currently developing a project to put together hygiene kits for the community.
We also met Gray Miller, Metro Caring's food access assistant. Gray practically runs the back end of the warehouse, receiving, packing, and making sure our food flows out to the community every day. You'll hear Gray's voice throughout the episode, grounding us in what it takes to hold a space at Metro Caring.
First, let's hear from our friend Bill Kielshin-Hamaker, assistant teacher at the Zen Center and a member of the Zen Peacemaker Order. Bill reminds us that one of their core values is kindness and service, the fruit of practice ripening into action.
Well, we became an affiliate of the Rochester Zen Center back in the late 70s. Our original location was Columbine Street in Capitol Hill, but now we're Columbine Street in the University of Denver area. And we have a beautiful temple that we built from the ground up. And we opened that temple just prior to COVID happening in 2019. And we're very happy that we were able to actually build our membership through COVID, and now are welcoming beginners and have a thriving sangha of about 200 people. We have a prison Dharma group. There's about a half a dozen of us that visit the Federal Correctional Institute in Inglewood. We do that on a weekly basis. We have a service, and then we do a round of meditation and a discussion with them. We do that once a week with about anywhere from 6 to 10 inmates. And we're expanding that. We're very excited that we have contacted a chaplain in the Geo ICE prison in Aurora and have gotten clearance to get our background checks. We've submitted applications, about a dozen of us, and we'll be receiving training to visit inmates who are in the ICE facility. It will be a challenge. We'll need to get our service that we use in the Federal Correctional Institute. We plan on using that, translating it into Spanish and adapting it for that prison population. So Metro Caring Food Bank and then our Prison Dharma are our two main social action venues. Every time we go, we'll usually pick up a newer member. And so we have a lot of beginners coming in, and they right away want to get involved. They get it, the social action aspect of Zen practice. And so they want to do these things. And so we're finding we get lots of new volunteers. This is all going back to Bernie Glassman's vision of taking your practice off the mat and into the world. And this is what it's all about for the Zen Center of Denver and for all of us.
I took on the role of coordinating our activities here, working with one of our assistant teachers at the Zen Center. It was probably maybe 6 months ago. I just completely brand new, didn't know what to expect. But, every time we come, I meet new people, I get to know the staff better. We have new volunteers from the Zen Center that have never come before, that I hope through my outreach are drawn to coming. And so it's deepened my practice and deepened my relationships at the Zen Center, which is not something that I kind of thought about when I took on the role. I thought I was just, trying to gather up volunteers every month. I'm getting more out of it in that I'm kind of a conduit for people wanting to get more engaged here. And I'm the conduit between Metro Caring and the Sangha to kind of fulfill people's interest in getting more involved. Every time I've been here, it's just been a nice community feeling. And the thing that I'm starting to realize more and more is a lot of the long-term volunteers here are community members that have become volunteers. So it's not just folks from the outside that are coming in to volunteer. I mean, there's a lot of church groups, the Zen Center group that we're a part of. There's some corporate groups that come in. So there's certainly a lot of exterior volunteers. But the more I'm here, the more I'm realizing that some of the kind of the diehard volunteers are community members. And this has become a community for them.
My name is Jack. I've been practicing Zazen before I came to the Zen Center of Denver, and I was looking for a community kind of share similar interests, right? So kind of found home through there. And I started doing Metro Caring as soon as I joined the temple, so it's kind of all happened around the same time. In general, I would say there's definitely a good kind of relationship between the practice that I do and some of the work here at Metro Caring, mainly because we do so many things for self-service throughout our day-to-day lives, right? So I kind of feel like I can kind of focus outward, so kind of have that balance where I can kind of, be able to help out other people. Another thing I like about Metro Caring is that it normalizes the whole process of getting food, because you're shopping with the cart, right? And you're going around, you're picking up your options. It's not like the classic food bank kind of thing where it's you're pulling your car up and you're getting your card filled up, right? So it kind of normalized the process. At least I would hope it's one of the moments in someone's week where it's they something good is happening. I find a lot of joy in just being able to help out there, right? So it kind of just it takes me out of just the work mindset and just doing stuff for myself. And honestly, it just helps a lot in general. I just feel for my own just mental attitude towards the world and all that, a great majority of people here are kind of for the same reason, just for kind of helping out. So that alone kind of brings people together.
You're working in the warehouse today. So rule 1, 2, and 3 in the warehouse: safety, safety, safety. Pay attention to the electric pallet jacks and the electric pallet stack. Keep your head on a swivel at all times and be conscious of your surroundings. Next thing is going to be 10-pound policy. Every volunteer is entitled to 10 pounds of food for every day that they work. 2 really important words in that sentence. 1, entitled. You do not have to ask me. Congratulations, you've already earned your 10 pounds by proxy walking into the doors of the building. 2, every day you can work 1, 2, or 3 shifts, doesn't matter, it's 10 pounds across the board. This helps keep it equitable for every level of work. Next thing is, a lot of people hear me say that, and in their head they're saying, I don't need those 10 pounds, leave it for the community members. Love that. Also, food is a tool. It's a marketing tool. And 10 pounds of groceries is $100 worth of groceries these days. So everybody knows the window washers on the corner. Everybody's got somebody in their building struggling with rent, right? I want those people, send them to me. And I always get a better quality of work serving the community when the people who are putting that food out on the shelves look like the people who are receiving it, right? Who have experienced hunger in the past, kind of jazz. So you can hand out a granola bar and say, hey, I got this at Metro Caring, you can too. Go talk to Gray, take the food. I'm gray, like the color. I distinctly remember when I first came here, I was a volunteer lead for a group of adults with IDDs, intellectual or developmental disabilities. So in my program, I would take a group of adults, maybe about 10 of them, out to volunteer at different places around the community. And Metro Caring was my favorite place to bring my clients. So it worked well. So what really brought me to Metro Caring was the community of people that occupied this space at that time. We have some really wonderful volunteering policies, and I think Metro Caring was the only place that had people from every economic, social, political, religious group present in the space, you know, and working well with one another and working towards a mutual shared goal. There's a community that will uphold those who come in, and there is an expectation of work to be done that solidifies those group of people coming in. We assign jobs based on what needs done. It's very according to their means, each according to their ability. We need somebody in the freezer. We need somebody in the cooler. We need somebody to sort and bag beans, right? Justin, train Alex on community fridge, and then you're good to go to carts. Justin and Alex, you're good to go. Ramazan, you're back on meat counter. Got it, buddy? Oh, yeah. Isaiah, you're going to be on carts if that's cool with you. Kate, also running cart attendants. Today, the produce restocker is going to be Susan. Susan, will you put a hand up? Susan and Bridget should be the only people touching produce unless you specifically touch base with Susan and Bridget and say, hey, can I help you stock produce, right? Unify didn't come yesterday. That's 10 to 12 pallets of mixed goods that we do not get, right? Now, luckily, we don't waste had our back this morning, and we got a few more pallets than we usually do, so we're not going to run a light dry goods shift, but it is going to be lighter. Last thing is we're going to start pushing out a little more meat. We have a new load coming in week after next, and we're just trying to get enough of the product gone so that we can FIFO, you know, first in, first out kind of jazz. So we are going to be running 2 packs of whatever the community member likes, and then 2 more packs of that pulled pork stuff that we're trying to get rid of. The total allowance is going to be 4 packs today, and those are all of my announcements. Thanks. So I don't care who you are, what you look like, you know, what type of work are you comfortable with? How is the next 3 hours of your life going to be enjoyable in this space? And what needs done to serve the community, right? You find a middle ground in those 2 things, and you know, you get a group of happy people working together. We have plenty of people who come in who are, you know, pretty severely nonverbal on the autism spectrum and just enjoy being in the space. If in a course of 3 months that person says 2 sentences, we're looking at progress, right? And they're more content, and you know, now they have a group of people that they can talk to and feel more comfortable. And I've seen kids come in from the Third Way Center, right? And they're here because they are disowned by their family or living on the streets, and they here to volunteer, and then maybe 1 out of 10 of them sticks, you know, and finds a place with it here. And I had one of those working the counter today. I'd been here a year and a half. And over and over and over and over, I have a million of these little stories, right? The kind of people who stay here are the kind of people who are comfortable and enjoy and thrive in a diverse environment, right? So that is true to the umpteenth when you go to the front of house, right? Because in the back of house, we're primarily focused on the food. When you go to the front of house, you're dealing with, my mom just died, my kid just died, I'm 2 days sober, right? I just lost my housing, I have been sleeping on the street, I just had my foot amputated, right? So in the back of house, you're kind of shielded from that, and we do a lot of important work back here. So people who have less ability to engage in the trauma of other people's lives tend to stay back here because they find that their ability to provide really thrives in the physicality of it, right? Those community members working up front just have an astounding depth of empathy and understanding. And largely that comes from community members having been in the same position, have gone through a transitionary period of their life, have found a version of themselves that they like and enjoy better, and then want to bring that back into the community.
So if you hear your name called from the front end, you can head on out and get set up for the shift. I'll be the shift lead this afternoon for any front end questions. Appointment check-in, I have Elaine. Front desk helping Elaine will be Storm. I will be hopping on phones. Market check-in is Katie, market checkout Annie, and non-appointment greeter will be Geoff this afternoon. So if you heard your name, you can head on out.
You can come in here and have some really idealistic set of circumstances in your life, and no shade, you know, I want everybody here, but there's a slippery slope in the charitable food mindset. It starts at the top of the slope with, I have the means, resources, extra time, and capability to give. And people want to use that, which is a wonderful, righteous sensation, to want to project their good fortune onto others and let other people bask in it, you know, to enjoy what they have enjoyed. And I love that. That mentality when working in food works best in short-term targeted action, right? Rice and bean drives for churches, gift baskets for Easter, peanut butter and jelly packing for the grab and go fridge, right? That's a community of people saying it's my duty and responsibility to give back. And I love that. And that is necessary and important. The longer you go on in this work, the clearer it becomes that those divisions stop working for you, that they no longer yield anything productive for yourself or the person that you're giving whatever resource it is to. Because more and more often, you're gonna say, it's my job, it's my responsibility, it's my duty, and then those start leaning into even more questionable lines of thought, right? I'm in charge, I have the capability, it's my resources to determine, to put out how I feel is best, right? And when you start to ascend that ladder, the culture changes for the worst every time. You know, people feel like they have a boss, people feel like their role is unimportant, or that there's a food chain all of a sudden and they're at the bottom of it walking in the door. So we really try and deter power structures when we can, when you're working in this space. I would live a significantly lower quality of life if I had to spend more of my day behind a computer or sitting on my butt. I am a talker, and I'm a worker, and I think that those things are valuable. I just want to continue to contribute in the way that I do now, and I want to watch that grow. In 5 years, I hope there's more safety tape, and I hope all of my pallet jacks work well, and I hope more than anything that I hope more than anything that the volunteers that come in continue to see like a greater satisfaction with their own life by participating in this community.
I came out here in 1998. I was in California. I was talking somewhere about looking for work, and some guy just kind of like burglarized my conversation. He goes, "Dude, there's all kinds of work in Denver." So I said, "Awesome." So I jumped on the Greyhound bus and I came here back in '98. I went to the police station. They said, "Well, we do know where you can stay," and they sent me to the men's working shelter, and that was the first place that Metro Caring was. So I had Metro Caring in my blood before I even knew it. One of the first jobs I got here was I was working for Aramark Concessions, working at Coors Field, the baseball stadium, and working for Pepsi Center with the Avalanche and all that. And I was talking to my payee, and my payee told me about Metro Caring. And I came up here and I signed up to be a volunteer, and it was like 2016, 17, something like that. And I come up Monday through Thursday. They're open Monday through Thursday. Every afternoon I come up here and volunteer. I can subsidize. I see something I need, you know, groceries. They ask us to, you know, take it if you need it, you know. I love it here. I mean, that should have been one of my deals with the question when they ask you when you first come in, what could you not live without? I said 3 things: exercising, my bike, and heavy metal music. 4 things would have been Metro Caring, because I mean, it's a place to come. I'm a loner. I'm a loner, and I don't talk to a lot of people, and this helps me interact with the public. I talk to people that I wouldn't talk to. People talk to me that they wouldn't talk to me, you know, because sometimes, you know, my appearance. I love it here, and everybody's so nice. I meet people here that are part of the community. I just talked to a buddy of mine downstairs, a metalhead, that actually I was going to Slayer about 5 years ago. He was going, and boom, we're friends to this day. There's people that I meet here, and it's the community, you know. They're in the community, you know. They feel safe here because everybody's kind to them here. Everybody's treated with respect and dignity, you know, and that's what keeps me coming back. And one of the volunteers I talked to, he lives near another place he could volunteer, but he doesn't go there because he said he went there and people were treating him like he was an employee, you know, and stuff like that. So he comes down here. People want to be here. Yeah, people want to be here, and they keep on coming back. Like I said, I've met people that are doing the food, coming for food, and then next thing you know, a couple months or whatever, next thing you know, there they are. Oh, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I love it here. I really do. I mean, if I didn't have this place, I don't know what I'd do. And my mom and dad and my brother would be looking down on me saying, right on, man. Giving is good. It's good for the soul.
Also here for volunteer orientation. Go up the stairs, down the hallway, last door on your left. Keep going, there's stairs. Are here for orientation. You're just gonna follow this little train of people. Hey, little train of people, I got another one for you. Oh, nope, they can't hear me yet. Up the stairs, down the hallway, last door on your left.
Hey Geoff, what struck me most today was Gray's way of holding the space at Metro Caring.
Yeah, reminding us that service isn't about charity. It's about creating a community where everyone belongs.
We want to thank Jack, who came looking for a Zen community and found that practice and service naturally go hand in hand.
And Dan, who found not just groceries, but connection, dignity, and friendship. Rock on, Dan.
Together, they remind us that service isn't abstract. It's shelves being stocked, hearts being pushed, stories being shared.
And it's not just Denver, of course, right? Every community has people in need. You don't have to look far to find a place where your presence can make a difference.
Maybe your own Metro Caring is closer than you think.
Down the hallway, last door on your left, the Education Center. And Violetta should be there waiting for you.
Thank you for listening and for being part of this wider community of peacemakers.
If you would like to support the Peacemakers podcast and the work of the Zen Peacemakers, our Bearing Witness retreats, weekly free online events, and global community, please consider subscribing.
You can learn more at www.zenpeacemakers.org.
And don't forget to follow and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, coming in 2 weeks.
The Peacemakers podcast is a production of Zen Peacemakers, an international organization whose mission is to realize our oneness and relieve suffering through contemplative social action.
Our volunteer of the month is Raul. Raul is one of our evening volunteers. If you see them around, usually they're in the evening, but you never know. Maybe they might come in during the day to say hello, say congratulations, or don't say anything at all. No pressure. But just want to share that with you all. Raul is our volunteer of the month.